Yo guys, what is up, it's Krypz, and today I'll be showing armor that I think you should transmog on your Warlock. Now this is to help you all decide where you should spend your synthweave, and I'll be giving you some insights as to some armor I really recommend. But yeah, we'll be splitting this into segments, so go and skip ahead to whichever armor piece you really want to see. And if this does help you out, then please drop a like and consider subscribing. And I've also made a very similar video to this for both the Titan and Hunter, which you can all go and check out as well. Now starting off with the helmet, I'm going to just start off with the one which I already have on. So this is the Pyrrhic Ascent hood. I really love this in many sets that I've made. Recently with my Transversive Warlock set, I really like that set overall using the new Omnicronia shader. Now if you don't know, this helmet does come from the Trials of Osiris. This is a part of the new loot pool. But yeah, as you can see, it shaders really well. The only part that doesn't shader is this middle visor here where the solar glow is. Now the next helmet I quite like is Exodus Down Hood. Now this is from Nessus packages and is currently obtainable. Especially with some shaders, you could get a nice tint on this front visor here. It's a bit scaly and overall it's not bad for new players. The next one I personally like for a plated look is the Gunsmith's Devotion Crown. Now if you don't know, this is from the Scourge of the Past raid. Like I said, it is really nice for a plated look. Anything with some nice shines to it will really make this stand out. The next one for more plain Vex look, as you could see with my Transversive set here, it also flows pretty well with the Vault of Glass robes. Now this helmet is the Substitutional Alloy Hood, which is from the Season of Undying Pass, and it's pretty good if you want a plain Vex helmet with no glow. I find this to work really well. Even in normal sort of looks, if you just want a nice plated helmet, then this also looks not too bad. So next we have the High-Minded Complex. I really love this helmet. The design in general, in a Vex set, it can look really cool. Now there is another helmet that is extremely similar, and that's the Anchor Seeker. The only difference between these two is that the blue visor is unshaderable, and this is from the Crucible back in year 1. But it was also reintroduced into Menagerie. Then the next one is the Prodigal Hood. Overall a really nice helmet. But yeah, the Prodigal set here, as you see, was from Season of Undying. Another great Vex looking helmet. If you didn't know, this actually follows along the same model as the Obsidian Mind exotic from Destiny 1. And overall doesn't shader that bad and looks pretty cool in the set. Now the next one would be the Hood of the Great Hunt. Now this is from the Last Wish raid. You're pretty much going to see a lot of the Last Wish pieces in this, because as you could see, it looks really cool. Really unique design with the cotton underneath with the metal overlay, and then obviously we've got this nice visor going down the middle, more like a smoky mist, like a clean glass with a white lining, which overall looks really cool and can create some really nice dark looks with it as well. Now as Vault is back in the game, probably most people are trying to look for a cool Vex look, so I thought I'd include the Mask of Righteousness. Now this is from the Garden of Salvation raid. It's currently obtainable. The only issues you're mainly going to see with this helmet is the fact that all this scuff look here is actually non-shaderable, as well as the glow on the eyes and also the crown of the helm here. Now a shade I would definitely recommend is Mercury Vex Chrome. If you want more of a traditional Vex look to it, I'd highly suggest this, and try and make sure that all the pieces sort of have a bit of scuff look to them, so you can sort of blend it out. Now one I quite like from Iron Banner is the Iron Remembrance Hood. As you can see here, it's quite a different bit of design. It really depends on preference if you really like this or not. I don't think it looks that bad. You can create some sort of samurai looking sets with this. Here's Iron to Steel on it. It's got this knotting design underneath the front here, which is extremely unique. Overall not too bad, and it does drop from the Iron Banner. Now unfortunately it's not in this season's pool, so we could see it in the future. Now the next one is something that a lot of you may have expected. This is the Hood of the Exile from the old Trials of Osiris loot pool. This is one of the cleanest and best designed helmets they've ever made. Unfortunately it is a bit overused, but I'm not surprised why so many people do love this. But unfortunately for any of you who do not have it, it is no longer obtainable, and like I showed you earlier, this is the new helmet which you could get that replaces it. The next we have the Ancient Apocalypse. I don't know if anyone's going to be surprised by this, but I really like the look of it. I've always quite liked this little blue glow coming off the top here. The design to me is extremely unique in general. Shaded quite awkwardly though. You will have to be careful. It comes off really clean or really scuffed. But if you can find those really nice shaders that make it quite shiny and flat, then you will find that this helmet can look super unique in a set. Now I also want to show you all something which I was unable to obtain, and that is the Illicit Invader hood. Now obviously you got the Collector and the Reaper, which change the glow colours with a really cool glow on the front. If you do have any of these, I would definitely recommend transmogging them, as they're really good for like a dredging set. Now another helmet that looks pretty good for like a tech look would be the Legacy's Oath from the Deepest Uncrypted raid. This is the normal like default look. Now it's almost fully shadable, except this purple glow that goes around the helm here is actually not shadable at all, so you will unfortunately have to deal with this purple. Now the next one is the Moonfan X7 crown. This is from the Prophecy dungeon. Now you can access this on the tower and is accessible to all players. Now this is just a very unique design. There's only a few issues I have with this helmet, as you can see here. So firstly, looking at the visor, it is a green tint to it. Now these shaders have no effect on this visor color, which is quite unfortunate. And another thing is that, as you can see, the white on this set is not shaderable, so you will have to stick with some lighter colors when using this. Then the next one is the Leviathan normal helmet for the Warlock. Now obviously we have the Prestige with the purple glow. The only reason why I recommend the normal one over it is that you don't have to deal with purple glow, meaning you can pair it with a lot more sets. Then the next one is the Shadow's Mind. Now this is from the Crown of Sorrows raid. I personally really love this. It follows somewhat sort of the same design in the back as say the normal Leviathan helmet, with like the arches on the back. I just really love the arching design. Now if Bungie let the visor underneath and the gem shader, this could have been so much better. This is still an incredible helmet. Then as for the last few, I had the Insight Victory. I actually made a set with the Battle Harmony exotic. This isn't too bad for new players, as it does come from legendary engrams. Overall, the curved design actually matches really well with the arches of the exotic. And then finally we also have the Facade of the Hazen Lords. So this is from the Vault of Glass raid. Absolutely incredible design here. Nice blue glows. These are actually fully shadable, and I guess I'll just show the Lightkin anyways. I really don't like the design of this. It looks like a spider to me, but I know some people really do for like a scavenger look, so I'll show it anyways. Fully shadable as well. The eyes glow, and yeah, you could get this helmet from the new override activity. Now moving on to some arms, so we have the Reverie Dawn. Overall not bad design, quite good for just a plain plated look. And this comes from the Shattered Throne dungeon, which can be found on the Dreaming City. This also shaders fully, and it doesn't appear to be any parts which aren't shaderable. Another one I quite like is the Gunsmith's Devotion gloves. It's from the Scourge of the Past. Again, another full plated. I actually like the curvature of the armor and the plating coming over it a bit more than the Reverie Dawn. And how it shaders as well also isn't too bad, allowing for a nice contrast in many shaders. Then the next ones I want to show are the Channeling Wraps. Now these are also known as Coda from the Prophecy dungeon, so free players can get this as well. I really just like these little bits that stick out the side here. You can create some really like sharp, nice looks with it. Now the next ones I want to show are the Sovereign gloves. The reason I want to show these is because they are dropping from legendary engrams, but these are one of the few gloves that add some like little plating to the fingertips here, and you create some really awesome sort of looks with this, with like the hands really standing out. The only issue you're going to have is the unshadable white here, sort of displaying the New Monarchy logo. So if you do go with something quite light or something that contrasts the white quite nicely, then this can really look cool in a set. Now another pair of gloves I've seen quite often is the Righteous, and I agree these are probably one of the best ones for like quite minimalistic but still with a little bit of glow. So on the right arm here flows really nice with the Vogue armor, and then we have on the left arm here we have a little bit of plating with a little glow line going on it. As you could see, it is fully shadable as well, but unfortunately this was from the Season of Dawn, which means it's no longer obtainable. Then next we have the Legacy's Oath. This from the Deepest Uncrypted raid. Amazing for a tech look. If you are trying to create your own Necromancer, like I did for the Hunter, then I would highly recommend this. As you can see, it's mostly shadable. Honestly, isn't one of the best arms to shader fully. It does go a bit lighter in tone here, as you can see, because of the cloth. Then next we have the Grips of Exaltation. It's from the Garden of Salvation. Again, if you want like a nice Vex look, then I'll definitely go for these. Great thing is they're not like extremely bulky either, they're very thin and minimal. They got a bit of that wreck design again, so like with the helmet I would just like try and pair it with like a damaged sort of look. Now the next ones I'd recommend is the Iron Will gloves. Obviously there's the True Age. and also the Remembrance, but personally I really love the Iron Will. Now if you are trying to for some reason create a knight sort of look for the Warlock, I have in the past, this overplating sort of look really helps like with that sort of look. As you can see here though, there's a little bit of green straps here that is actually not shaderable. Then next we have the Moonfan X7. I've used these throughout many sets. These are very clean, as you can see with Omnicronia. Now with some shaders it does shade it differently on both sides. As you can see here with Carbon Blood, we have black on one arm and red on the other. This can be good for some sets if you're having like a nice asymmetrical shader in set, and this is from the Prophecy Dungeon, which is available to all players. The next ones are the Krypz, the Exile. Now if you're going for a mainly cloth set, these are perfect. I would definitely recommend just going for like an all white or an all black, and it's no longer obtainable as it was from the old Trials of Osiris loot pool. Then next we also have the Shadow Gloves. These are really good from the Crown of Sorrows raid. Again with that sort of sharp design following the helmet. Really nice overall. Then we have the Praefectus here. The reason why I recommend this is fairly easy to get from Battlegrounds, and also if you want like a nice alternative for like a mostly cloth look and don't have grips of the Exile, then I definitely recommend using these. The gloves of the Hazen Lords are really nice. I definitely recommend just getting the Vault of Glass set if you are new to the game. The raid is free to all players and there's a lot of people teaching right now. As you can see, these shade up fairly well, and then on the other side it's pretty much the same except there's a little bit sticking out here. Then finally we have the Pyrrhic Ascent. So this is the new Trials of Osiris arms you can get. Again, creates a nice contrast between plating and cloth, so I'd highly recommend it if you like that sort of look. Again though, you will have to be careful, it does shade it quite differently on both sides with some shaders. Now moving on to the robes, this is going to be like the biggest part of the video, as the robes pretty much dictate what most of the set will look like for Warlocks. So we're going to start off with what I already have on here, and this is from the Vault of Glass, and it's called the Cuirass of the Hazen Lords. Now this is the default appearance for it. Again, like I said, you need to go in and do Vault of Glass, get the whole set. It looks absolutely incredible, and this shade does so well, is incredibly well detailed, and it is pretty much a must-have for fashion. Now other robes I really like is the Reverie Dawn. Now this is from the Shadowthrone Dungeon. Overall a really nice design. I just really like the shoulder plates here. They're really unique and can actually flow really well with the Great Hunt pieces. Then moving on, we have the Scouthorn robes. Honestly, I might have to use these more often because I don't see them enough, and these look absolutely incredible. Now like the spiky shoulder plates, with the cloth netting coming over, but for any of you which don't have it, it was in the old loot table for legendary, so it's unfortunately no longer obtainable. Then the next one would be the Gunsmith's Devotion. Here is the default look. It was from the Scourge of the Past raid, which is no longer obtainable, but it's great for a full like black armory sort of look with the logo here. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it if you want more of that clean sort of look. Now on the flip side, we have Substitution Alloy, which is from the Season of Undying. It's no longer obtainable. Now if you don't want a clean look, a more of a rusted torn look for like Vex, then this is 100% something you'd want to transmog. The nice leaves to show like the moss as well, and then this really cool back part here with like the sort of Vex looking spine going up. Then next we have the Annealed Shaper robes. This sort of follows more of that similar design as the Gunsmith's Devotion, except the armor plating around the neck comes out a lot more. And the great thing about this is that it does come from legendary engrams, so it is still obtainable. So if you do want to create your own black armory look, then you could go ahead and get this right now. Then next we have the Tangled Web. Now these are no longer obtainable as they were from the old Tangled Shore loot, but these are also great, following along with that sort of same like fallen design, except these robes come fully down, still got that little bit of torn look, so you can definitely go with like a scavenger type set here. Now next we have the Wild Hunt Vestment from Wrathborn Hunts. Now this is from the Seasonal Hunt pass as well, and is actually still obtainable. Doesn't look too bad, fully shaders as well, has a little bit of glow, very faint here and here, and I quite like this as it doesn't like have the robes coming down so much. So if you want like as minimal robing as possible going down, then I would definitely recommend using this. And if you want something quite similar to the Wild Hunt, which is quite minimal and looks good, I also find the Righteous robes look really nice. Unfortunately these ones are no longer obtainable, and they were from the Season of Dawn. Then next, which most people would have seen coming, is the Legacy's Oath from the Deepstone Crypt Raid. 100% would definitely recommend getting this. Easily one of the top robes in the game. A lot of people do love using these. They're extremely well designed. The hologram cannot shader though. Most of the set can, except for these little red boxes here and here. Also this red circle. But yeah, exposed a lot of the top 5 because the robe in here comes quite far down with a split in the middle here. Now this can create some issues with some leg armor, as some leg armor looks really nice from the knee down, and then past the knee it just looks really bad. The next, and easily for me the best Iron Banner robes they've made, is the Iron Remembrance. These look absolutely incredible. The detail throughout and how it flows so nicely together. When this does return, 100% go out and get it. Then next we have these Scorned Band robes, something I've absolutely loved using throughout so many sets, and something I've used in the past for my Necromancer Warlock set, which I highly recommend you check out if you haven't already. And also the amazing thing about these robes is that they actually drop from legendary engrams, and I'd highly recommend getting it if you are a new player. Another quite easy robes to get is the Holdfast. This is great for more mechanical look to your set. Pairs very nicely with the Deepstone Crypt armor, and overall doesn't shader too bad. Then we also have the Moonfan X7 robes. Now the reason why you'd probably want to get these if you're new is they look really cool. Unfortunately the white does not shader. Now these are obtainable from the Prophecy dungeon, which is free to all players. Then next we have the Shadow robes, which are from another Leviathan raid, the Crown of Sorrows. As you can see, we got this like metal wiring throughout with the purple gems. These are not shaderable, but everything else is. Now next, and easily one of the best robes they've ever made in the game. So these are the new robes for Trials of Osiris. These look absolutely insane, with like the nice dagger on the back here. As you can see here, obviously if you have the glow, it'll stand out a lot more. And yeah, like I said, just try and get this while you can. Now I unfortunately for some reason only just realised I did not even get the old Trials robes. I played Trials quite a lot and I'm really surprised I didn't get these. These are not bad as well. Personally I do prefer the newer ones to the old ones. These gems as well, also not shaderable, so you will have to be careful of that when using this set. But yeah, finally to end the segment with the Lightkin robes from the Override. Now I've actually made a video covering these robes and I highly recommend checking that out. But these robes are absolutely outstanding, super unique, nice fur look going down the back here, nice Fallen logo here. So if you do want like a nice Fallen set, use the Conflagrate shader, an amazing red shader with a set as well. Just get it for your collections, even if you don't like it now, there may be pieces in the future that blend extremely well with this. Now to show these boots I'm going to use the Wild Hunt robes, as they're quite minimal and can pretty much show most of the boots here. So firstly, starting off, for those of you which are new, the Wildwood boots are perfect for like quite a minimal look. Unfortunately, a lot of these boots are sort of designed the same way. If you do have a Basilian Gold though, Wildwood with this can create a really nice dark look if you're looking for like a blackout Warlock boots. The Exodus Down are quite similar as well, and these are from Nessus packages. These are good for a more lighter look to the set. Now moving on, we have the Substitutional Alloy. I think these are great for like a rusted Vex look, like I showed you earlier with the other pieces. Green moss with the plating actually going on the back of the legs, no plating on the front, but I still think they're pretty good for a set. Unfortunately they are no longer obtainable. Another pair of boots I quite like is the Righteous boots. These are quite like plain and simple, but they were from the Season of Dawn, so newer players cannot get this unfortunately. Then moving on with the Seventh Seraph. Again, if you want quite a minimalistic one, these are absolutely perfect with Abyssinian Gold, and this is from Season of the Worthy. Then next with the Alexi's Oath, one of my personal favourites for like a tech heavy look, and these are from the Deepstone Crypt Raid. As you can see, we got like the sort of like piping going up, with these metal plating pieces coming over, and these boots shade extremely well, only having these like small silver parts going around, which are actually the non-shadeable. Then next are the boots of the Great Hunt. I personally like these mainly due to like the cloth design going up, and also like the silver lining with the plating. Then we have the Iron Remembrance boots. Really recommending these because of how unique they are. I just love this sort of samurai armor looking design, but the only issue you're going to have is how like the cloth shaders, so you will need to try and get something that will cover like this top half here. Then we also have the Holdfast boots from the Season of Arrivals. With Carbon Blood here, you could see they're great for like an almost all black look, with Abyssinian Gold going a bit darker, I just love these straps and the buckles here, all flowing quite nicely together. And I do want to show these boots as these are obtainable for newer players. These are not too bad, honestly, and it's from the Prophecy dungeon, although the only issue you're going to have is obviously the delta right on the left and right legs here. Now here we have the Leviathan Shadow boots. Now it's from the Crown of Sorrows, which is no longer obtainable, but overall I don't mind the right and left sided plating of this. Obviously the purple gems are not shaderable, but they still look really cool, especially with cryptic insignia here. Then as for the other Leviathan boots, we have the normal and the prestige boots with a purple glow. Now I highly recommend this for a Cabal themed set because of the pattern in here. Now boots I actually featured before in a blackout set is these Prefectus. They're really good as well with Abyssinian gold, so if you do want really dark strap boots then these are perfect, and it's from the Season of the Chosen. Then moving on, we have the Lightkin boots. These are the new boots from the Override, perfect for a scavenger look, and it also has the Fallen symbol here. And then finally, the final boots which I do not have is the Pyrrhic Ascent. This is the new Trials of Osiris boots. These honestly don't look too bad. These shaded quite poorly though, but you can make some pretty cool looks out of these, and I just quite like how they're designed with the scaling up the left leg and then the Osiris eye on the right. Then finally moving on to the Bond. Honestly, there's not going to be much at all for this, and I think most of the best ones we've seen have been from Pass and Eververse. The Temptations Bond from the Garden of Salvation. This doesn't shade it too much, but it's cool for like a little bit of a conflict sort of look to your set, and it does a bit look like a Vex portal as well. Then another one I quite like is the Memory of Cade. This is from Legendaries. It's got the Cade symbol, but like a bit of like a white flame to it. Only part of like the wrap going around shaders. So honestly, you can only really go with like mainly a black or white look with this. And another Bond I've always quite liked is the Timur's Iron Bond from the Iron Banner. I just really like the wolf design here. Another quite unique Bond in the game is the Ancient Apocalypse Bond. Now sadly this is no longer obtainable, but it does create this like nice hologram here, and it does actually shader. Then the next one I quite like is the Penumbral Bond from the Crown of Sorrows. I just really like the symbol that comes out of this. Again, the wrap going around, but there's a really cool purple glow to it. And another nice Bond which I quite like is the Legacy Oath Bond, which is from the Deepstone Crypto raid and nicely displays the Warlock logo. But the only problem with this Bond is the hologram does not shader, only the actual Bond part of it. And I also quite like the Hodiocentris Bond for quite a minimalistic look, and this is just from Legendaries. But anyways, moving on to the final Bond. The reason why I've pretty much skimmed through is because there's not too many good Bonds, and this is easily one of the best ones they've made. This is the Vault of Glass Raid Bond. This is quite well updated compared to the D1 version, and is actually fully shadable along with the glow, so this is perfect for pretty much any set that uses some form of glow. So yeah, if you did find this video useful, please drop a like and consider subscribing. I've also made a Hunter and a Titan version of this video if you haven't gone and checked them out already. But yeah, if there are any other ways I can help you all out in fashion, then please leave some video ideas in the comments below. Like if you want me to explore some more exotics and how to use them in fashion, then I'll be sure to make those sort of videos. But yeah, the next video will be a Warlock build, and it'll be a Necromancer Warlock, so I can't wait for you all to see that. You all have been killing it with the support recently, so I can't thank you all enough. And I'm so happy that you all really like this fashion build type of series I'm doing. But anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this really did help you all out. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.